So a couple things about the wheel. First off, so I could already tell you it's not my final wheel. I can tell you that. That's easy to tell you. It isn't my final wheel. I'm not like this is the dream wheel. This is a good wheel to keep me going for a while, okay? You guys are already shaking your heads, huh? The only thing that just isn't right for me is the color. I know, how stupid, man. And I'm always talking about black wheels. Any other color, I think, in this shape, design, everything, would look better. That's my opinion. I've been thinking a silver, a bronze. Now, you say, man, you waste a lot of money. True, very true. But the thing is, I have brand new, my favorite tire. So I don't have to buy a whole set. This would be like, you know, another $1,000 set of rims, which I don't have right now. I'm not like rich. I'm not saying I'm just gonna go buy another set. Got to make some money first. Oh, my Sparcos sold today. My Sparcos finally sold. I was trying to get 500, but I took 460 because I'm super nice. He offered 450, and I said nah, and then like I just couldn't do 450. It just hurt too much. This was for 6 wheels, 4 with good tires. Come on. And I said, I'll do 460. I was gonna say 480, and I said, that's chintzy. A 460. And he goes, all right, I'll just pay 500. I don't have change or anything. So while he brought his car back, I ran upstairs, got my wallet, of course, got out $40 refund. And when he gave me the 500, I gave him his 40, sold them for 460, and man at my word, like I usually am. So that being said, quick little sidebar on those Sparkos. Bronze, honestly, I've been thinking a lot about bronze. I mean, I should just stop there. Silver is, you know, would look fine, but you know, so many people do silver. I was kind of thinking bronze. Of course, you have my beautiful new Speeds. Man, if these things were 19s, they probably would be my perm wheel for real, especially if they were bronzy. I just been thinking, you know, I've kind of played out the blacks on my channel in my car. I've you know, tried a few. Maybe they just aren't the wheel for me. Maybe I do like to be a bit more flashy than that, you know? I mean, sue me. I like some attention with the car that I've put this much time into. I'm sure many of you feel the same way. So basically, I think a bronze would look pretty amazing with this blue. That would be the popper. A silver would be kind of average, OEM-ish. A bronze would just explode. So anyway, that's in my next 6-month plans. You know, I can't just spend all this money all the time, obviously. I've already been pushing the limits, and I'm gonna get in trouble soon, so I gotta ease up a little bit. But aside from that, aside from the color, which just isn't quite right for me, I put spacers on these puppies last night, guys. You guys don't even know about that. Let me get you a good light. Well, you Instagram people do know about that, but I'm going to pop you a killer light just so you have real good view. So, these rears have 15mm spacers. These are the Shop DAP spacers. Can you see it anywhere? Nah, it's on the bottom. 15s here. Check that out. Very clean, very tight. I actually like it a whole lot. 15, almost too far, just there. I mean, most people would say perfect. And I do have the 10mm spacers on these fronts. There we go. 10mm on the fronts. 15's back, 10's fronts. These are the DAP Deutsch Auto, my sponsor, one of my big channel sponsors, Deutsch Auto Parts. Those are his spacers. Thank you very much, Paul. And throw in a little shout out to Humble Mechanic while I'm at it, one of Paul's comrades. All right, so final kind of overall thoughts on the wheels. Aside from the color, I love them. I love the way they've affected the gear ratio, even if it's very slight. I love the ride. It is not harder than the new Speeds. It is softer. I don't understand it, but it is. Maybe it's the 255, the nice wide, more cush. Maybe it's new tires versus, you know, 75% new tires with more rubber isolation, whatever. These 19s are softer and smoother ride than the 18s. And I know most people don't say that. Maybe it's because they're so light, okay? Maybe it's because they're so light. I just want to throw one last thing out on the wheels. I do have an opportunity for the APR wheels, which I have been looking at too. I look at all wheels. And I do have some offers on the table if I did want to get the APR wheels. I do like them. I do like them. I think I prefer the AO1 series, not the AO2. It's a little too busy. I like the AO1, I think they're called. I don't think they make a bronze, which is what I found out a couple days ago in all this thinking we're talking about. I was thinking, oh, but the bronze APRs and 19s would look insane. But, you know, whatever. That's enough about that. That's enough about the wheels for now. So we have the engine bay. Duh. My coolant's still looking pretty good. All right. Still another water pump update. I'm still not smelling anything like I used to. I smell tiny little whiffs now when I try like this, when it's been sitting. As you can see, this is the stock intake in here. It does have an AFE dry filter drop-in inside it. Stock hose, racing line elbow, stock DV. That's just how the car has been for quite a while. Just so you know, the whole package. I sold a DV a long time ago. I don't believe this pipe makes any difference with my other one with the AFE intake. I might sell that AFE intake, by the way. But you know, I'd have to be convinced pretty hard. What I'm saying is that the car is driving better than ever. I was going to say that before opening the hood, but I wanted you to start thinking about it. The car's driving quicker and better than it ever has in this config when I got the stock intake. It just changes the whole response, the whole reaction. I mean, everybody knows that. When you put on an intake, your pedal gets a little bit softer, maybe a little deeper. It doesn't have that spring, that power right on tip-in. When you do an intake, it just loosens things up, so to speak. So anytime I'm cruising now, the car just has snappy response. Just in any gear, I just go, and it's just the second I just flinch on the pedal, it's just going. It definitely, for me, feels very, very quick and fast. I don't think I could get my best 0 to 60 with anything but this setup because of how quick it responds off the line, etc. Guys, remember the bike projects? Well, I'm going to be working on it with Preston today. I'm going to be teaching him a little bit about bolts. He's not into cars or mechanics much, so I'm just going to be teaching him some real basics, making him maybe touch a few wrenches. And check this out, we're going to be restoring this thing, so to speak. I got a few little parts to get us going, some hand grips. The first set were the wrong size, so some fresh hand grips to get on there. New tubes, of course, front and back. What I want to do is kind of restore the tires a little bit, or, you know, clean them, whatever we can do. And the cool foot pegs, which he likes. You know, any kid likes them. I had freaking foot pegs on my cruisers in the 90s when I was a kid. And a sick-ass kickstand to replace this really ugly one. This thing is sick. So I think it's going to look really good. We're going to, you know, take off the wheels, take out the tubes, replace the tubes, restore the tires, try and get all the stains off them, etc. Then we're going to polish the frame, probably not with a machine. We're not going that crazy. We're just going to, you know, rags and clean everything, disassemble, get rid of the dumb light brackets and stuff that are all rusty and gross. Of course, we do need to get some lights for it at some point, but, you know, not right away. We don't. Going to clean all this off, see how well it polishes up. I think it's going to be really killer. And maybe, you know, some brake adjustments, a few things like that. That's about it. You know, I haven't worked on bikes in quite a while. I think the adjustment for the brakes is going to be, you know, the lock nut and this kind of thing. And how about the front project, the master project you guys have seen. I'm currently getting the clay out of the tunnel now. That's today's work. and I'm actually stoked because I'm going to drill a few really deep holes, like spaced apart, you know, 5-10 feet apart, just as much as I can get with a shovel. I'm not talking overboard and drilling or nothing. Just, you know, shovel, get a nice hole once the bottom is flat and this clay's gone. And I'm going to fill those with rocks, and it'll sort of be like little emergency buckets that can fill a little quicker, a lot more space without all the clay sitting there blocking, just to open up cubic feet of space for the water to drain. And, you know, it can't hurt, and maybe it'll help a little bit. So I'm going to do like some pits, 2 or 3, 4 maybe, along here. Fill those with my clean rocks I have, and then we got to clean all these rocks, figure out what we're doing. Then it'll basically be soil and grass when I'm done. That's it. Simple as that. I can't wait to get this going. This crack almost looks bigger than it was, unless I just cleaned it and I never noticed. Yeah, I don't think it's moving. Honestly, it looks pretty solid in there. But yeah, you know, we're not going to do any of this. I certainly don't know anything about any of this. And I'm sure they make a putty or something, but, you know, I don't even really care. You guys ever see those S3 floor mats? You probably did if you watched the last couple videos. Well, yeah, I took them out. In this case, performance overrode look for me. And although this S3 is killer and I enjoyed looking at it, everything was spilling over the mats. They're just short, you know. So I had to put in my dirty 3D Max Spider for peace of mind, and functionality is what I really wanted. So the dirt doesn't always come over into your carpet. And I'd rather protect the car than have fancy looking mats. So that's the reason those came out. They just don't have nearly the clearance of the other ones, and I had said that previously too. This probably won't be too popular, but these are one of my favorite tips, these tiny little 3-inchers. They go all the way back. I mean, actually, they don't go all the way back. They're shorty. They're shorties, but I have a lot of pipe to play with in there. See that? To custom adjust them. And I just said, I don't want them sticking out too far, looking dumb, so I just tried to get them just like that. And as even as I could. I'm just going to leave it for now. I don't think I'll ever decide or I'll never stop changing tips on my car, so, you know, why even try? Just enjoy all the new designs as they come, and then I'll just decide what I'm going to do after that. All right, let's see what we're going to start with. You guys remember Preston and the bike choices? Well, we're finally getting into this. I showed you earlier. We're going to basically strip it out. We don't have to do it all today. We'll see how far we get. So we're going to take the wheels off first. So let's put it on our work blanket, because we're going to be doing tubes. So here, we're going to get off the front wheel first. So let's see, with a 15 here, let's see if I can break this loose. Oh, shoot, that's not good. It wasn't very loose, tight, it wasn't very tight. All right. I mean, it was tight enough, but it wasn't very tight. Okay, so you see on these, you got these little lock, look down on the side here. Let me see it. Those little lock washer, and the thing goes in the hole. Okay. That's to make it safe. All right, lift the bike up. I think we got it. Boom. One done, that's it. Now let's see, we can spray this. We're gonna clean it up. We're gonna get the tire off, the tube out. Now we're gonna have to use plastic spacers. Okay, get down and dirty. So first, see the tire? You gotta like break it loose, but obviously that's not gonna, we're gonna have to use a tool to get the tire off. And then maybe you can start cleaning the tire. So okay. See these brackets? Of course, these are car stuff, but it'll probably work. Alright, so you go like this. It's just plastic, so see, it's not going to hurt. Well, you won't really need to do it. Once we have one, it's easy. And there may be a little bit of air in the tire still. See that? Yeah, that's all you do. Yeah, do a hook in here. Push that in. Pull it. Yeah, no, don't pull up. Further in. Nah, this one doesn't grab. Try this one. Push it all the way in and try and, let's see, closer. There, now. Now pop it up with mine. And once you get it started, you're good. Put a little bit there so it's not so tight, and shove it straight in until it's all the way in, and then just try and pry it. It's not going in good now, huh? Let me see. How does that get in? Oh my God, okay. It's been a while since I worked on a bike too. And there are proper tools which are much easier for this. This is actually not strong enough. All right, this should probably do it. This is good. Here we go. Well, that's one easy way to just pop the tire.
Oh, you popped it?
The one we're replacing. That's one easy way to do it. And then, see your hands? Once you get started, you're good. It's just tight right now. I should actually buy bike tools, but we don't plan to do this that often. Man, that's tight. Okay, here. There we go. Okay, so see that? Oh yeah, let's get the rest of that tire up. Okay, now we can leave the tire for now. You gotta get out your tube. So see that valve in there? You gotta pull it out. See that? There.
Is there one on my side?
No, there's only one. Oh my God, why is it so tight? Oh, we're probably locking it. Go ahead. That one's already broke. Just rip it out. We don't care. And then we get a brand new one later. I hope it's the right size or we won't be doing too much. Almost got it. Went from the other side. There you go. One pop tire out of the way. Then, oh, that's lightweight. Feel that? This is a good bike. That is a light wheel. Wow, that's a lot lighter than I expected. See? All right, so let's see. I'll have you try cleaning the tire up. Let me get you some. You want gloves or not?
Yes.
You can try like. Let me see what I get you to clean though. Protectant to start with. I don't want to like go too crazy with anything strong. So we'll just use some protectant and just a few dirty rags really for now, just to see if we can get any dirt off. We got to blow in it. Did you blow up the fingers? You didn't blow it right. Preston got those wheels looking real nice. Those are, I like those wheels a lot. I didn't even realize like how cool they were. But anyway, we're just gonna let those dry. So you go ahead and clean the next tire. Remember this one? Yeah, as clean as it'll get. I may have better cleaners, but I mean it doesn't have to be mint. It's not a show bike. So we're gonna take the clean tire, and then he's doing that. In the meantime, I just took off this kickstand from the bottom. It was already loose, and that was just one little bolt. Just so you know, one bolt through that hole is all that does. Because we have the killer new kickstand, the big old nice looking one, tough looking one. It's going to be a perfect fit. I don't even want to install it yet. We're going to save reassembly for part 2. Part 1 here is sort of our disassembly. We only need those 4. Okay, that's fine.
It was just a spot of dirt, so I just wanted to clean that. So.
Yeah, I mean, you could just use the hose on that too, either way. And some of that dirt's caked on. All right, we got it all stripped. The only thing, I'm not going to strip it anymore. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can take off the forks, the pedals, the sprockets. I'm not even getting that advanced because we don't need to. What I'm going to take off next is the seat.
Okay.
While you keep doing it, I'm going to just pull out the seat pole. That's a simple Allen.
Can I go hoses?
Huh?
Can I hose this?
Yeah. Spray it, and you can use more. You can use that soap if you want. I don't know if it'll be better than 303. All right, where's the Allen for this puppy? Way too big. Perfect. All right. Oh, that's perfect. Oh my God, that's killer. Woo, that is a long seat pole. That's a long seat pole in there. Perfect. And I'll take off the seat clamp, the pole clamp. I'm taking off too for cleaning purposes, just to have it out. So I'm not going to go any further than this. I don't want to take off the pedals and all kinds of stuff that really doesn't matter in the end. It's not going to make a big deal. So, get these around here. Man, this is going to be sick. Alright, so we're going to go out, bring the whole frame out to the wash yard in a minute, and we'll continue there. Alright, let's look at the hand grips. I already peeled off one. I was saving one for you. Here, no, I can bring it over there.
Alright.
So try to start working on that. Pull it from the edges and try to pull it back. It was pretty hard to do. If I hold it really hard, huh? Let me see.
Barely moving.
Is it moving though? At all? Like, are you, or not really? Maybe a little?
Not really.
Wait, let me see.
It's moving a bit.
Oh my God, you're right. It's ripping, but we're getting it. Oh no. Oh cool, it's raining a lot. I mean, see, I could just razor it, but I don't really want to. It might just make. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Go ahead, finish up. Do the honors.
I
Woo!
just done that.
And I'll take off these little plugs. I think I have. Shoot. I don't know if we have plugs. I thought I had a second plug. We're not putting those on. This is our cleaning phase. That's an assembly phase. All right. I'll put the plug, I should say. The plug. They can't even see it. And I'll put all the parts in a pile later when we're done. So we're going to take this out to the wash bay, and we're both going to hit it and get this thing washed. All right. Get some soap and just pick a section and just start cleaning all that dirt off the frame. It's pretty dirty. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. You'll have some rust spots, but there's a lot of dirt that just comes right off. And we'll see if we want to polish it at all with the polisher. Probably not, but you know, it wouldn't hurt probably. It might make it look a little better.
Can't get that
I guess we're
pink spot.
we're kind of doing like the top side, and then we'll flip it over and do the bottom. So anything you can reach kind of from this side. I got this whole back area done pretty well. Actually, no, it's still pretty dirty. Ooh, it's cleaning up nice though. Even the bottom.
My side isn't. There's still a lot of stuff I can't get off.
No, mine too. It's not gonna be perfect. We're just getting off all the dirt. Like, so at least it's presentable. And some of the dirt's kind of cool. It's like patina, we call it, which is like wear on like a car's patina is worn out looking stuff, which shows how much it's been loved and used. So you know, on my car shows, sometimes they like to not fix them and just leave them original, right? So this is pretty good. All right, what about you didn't do the forks? I'll do the handlebars, the forks down here.
Oh. Yeah, I did do a little bit.
A little bit. All right, let's get the handlebars a little bit. I don't think the lines will rust really, but we can always replace whatever we need to if the lines or the brake lines rust. All right, that's pretty good. Let's just do a flip and make sure we got the rest and we're done. We're just kind of doing a quick cleaning. So now get this side of everything. It's gonna be sick. Oh, look how nice the middle came out. It's coming up really clean. And then we'll get out of the rain pretty soon and go enjoy the rest of our rainy weekend. So we're almost done with part one, guys. The rain's getting worse. We got to get out of here soon. And we're going to go ahead and just let all this dry probably till tomorrow. You won't see this video before then because it'll all be one video. So we'll keep recording clips tomorrow to do our assembly, which is the fun part. Unless I got to work on some rust spots for a while, which might take a day or two. All right. You do the spray off. You take the honors of the spray off. See how nice it looks. You don't have to be like a jet to make it bigger. You don't gotta press that hard. Yeah, like that. Just a mist is all you need. Oh yeah, here, I'll do we'll flip it. Oh, the front, yeah, it's all messy too. Give it a nice spray. You can see it's been well used because the ends of the handbrakes are all broken off where they've fallen down or scraped. I don't think they're broke actually, big scrapes. But that's like what we were talking about, patina, showing the bike's been loved, right? Look at, this bike's been used. Someone's been loving this bike and now you're about to love it for a while. This one, yeah, I got this one from one of my good neighbors that always watches me run, or I always see them outside too. All right, we'll bring it in, guys. We'll get back to you when stage 2 comes up and we finish assembly. All right, so you'll take, you take the front here. You can have this part over here for yours, and you get this tube we already did. Let's figure out these tubes, show you how they work. So the first thing is you do got to get the tire on one side. We're just doing the opposite of what we did. So you got to get one.
Put the tire in.
Just into one. So you can get the tube in. So I just like this. Like when it's just one, you can usually stretch it. And then we'll have these here. Yeah, just the bottom. Let's see. Pull this up over here. Right there. Now, other way. Oh, see, there you go. All right, so we got spots for our thing, right? First thing, take off your cap, off your tube. And now, put your hole towards you, so you know where it is. And then, where's my thing? Yeah, just lay it here, and you're kind of aiming it. It's going to be about here. And now's when you got to be very careful with the tube, because it's a new tube. You want to pop it. So see if you can very gently try and get that. You don't even have to really get it through yet. I'm just going to first Yeah, are you doing, like, push in your tube all the way around, real careful, and then you can worry about getting in your valve. Just tuck the tube in nice and soft so we don't pop anything. And it should all face, you know, the same way, the flat part. Right, that's what you're doing. The flat part is like for the road, so it just kind of sits in the bottom of the tire until we pump it up. So that's kind of what it's looking like, right? Just like yours. Just gonna stand up there, and then I'm gonna have to move mine a little bit too. Figure out how to get it lined up. One of the most important things is getting it lined up so it's not crooked. Or over like months, if it's crooked, it'll always wear a little bit of wear in the valve, and eventually it'll leak. So you really want to make sure that valve is lined up perfectly in the hole. There, see, mine's about ready. See, right there with the hole. So put yours in flat. Let me see. The hole's there. That's good. No, you just go like this. It's easy. Just tuck it in. Good. But see, you don't want it twisted. That's the thing. So pull it out. You got it twisted somewhere over here. Yeah, make sure that's all flat. Then you twist. That's it. That's it. Now you got it. Wait, is that twisted? Yeah, there we go. All right, the twist is gone. The twist would also be a problem. So how's that looking? No, see? It's crooked. So you kind of pull it around a little bit. Pull it. And you keep just getting it into place, right, until it looks really just about straight. Look at that. That's about it. All right, we're both ready to try pushing in our valves now through the hole. Like that. Just kind of get it. Yes. On there. Get it through. Almost. Real gentle. We're going to turn it straight. Let me see. Wait, just to make sure we have long-term. It's a little off. Now's the time to fix it. I want it just so it doesn't wear out on you in like a few months. Is that too far? More there. Oh, there it is. Close up. All right, go ahead. Try. You can put it in the hole just because, so you can try it and see how you do it. And then gently push it through. See if it'll pop through. You gotta aim it right. So we'll go here. There. Okay, now see, if you push it too hard, it could fall out. But you go like that in the back. Now all we're doing is putting in the top of the tire. You can use your hand for most of it. Maybe for all of it, because it isn't a car tire. So you just go around and just tuck in that inch. Oh, look at that. And then this is important too, I'll show you that. Where you gotta get under. There. Now go all the way around, get that thing snapped in. It'll get stiffer and stiffer the further you go. And the last one will be pretty tight. It actually went on easier than I expected. Oh, I'm gonna hold this. It's starting to pop out on you. So you get the last piece. Almost got it. Yeah. And then, see what I was talking about? Look, I'm gonna hold this. Look at the valve. So you want to get it as straight as possible before we blow it up. So you can try that. Yours is actually pretty straight, huh? Yes. Oh, see that? So you can move it. It helps it move. And you see, you don't want it like that or like that. It's going to wear out. You want it right there.
All right.
All right. We'll just put air in these, and that'll officially be the end of part 1. You got to read the PSI requirements on the tire because you got better eyes. Where does it say PSI? PSI. Inflate.
35.
Nice. Inflate to 35 PSI. Probably cold, but I don't think it really matters on bike tires. I don't think they warm up.
Wait, you put it in the valve?
Yep. So, look, when you go here, wait, let me go to the other side. When you put this in, right, you keep trying to push it, but right, it's going to be falling out. It's going to keep pushing in there. So I put this out of it, yeah. I put my thumb here to keep it tight so it won't fall back in while I put this on. You put it in folded and you open it to lock it. I mean, you've used this. You already know how to use the pump. All right, let's go to 35. Go ahead, see what we got. Brand new tires, perfectly lined up. There, perfect.
I think that's like about 35.
That's what it's talking about. You're not even at 4. You're not even at 20.
I'm at 40.
No, you're not. The air it has is when you let go and stop. It isn't as you're pushing. Use 2 feet. Do it right. Here, do this. Both feet. It's a lot easier. You get more grip. Go there. 30. You're just at 30. Up quicker. You're getting real stiff. Ooh, I'm feeling good. Just go 35, just like it said, and that'll be. Oh, slow down. We're about there. One more. That's it. 35. Don't put your finger. No, you're done. Don't pump. Don't put your finger here and pop this. It's gonna snap really hard with the pressure, and it'll kill you. Oh, good. That's just that noise. Check it out. Put the cap on it. You get the honors.
Oh yeah, nothing's funny.
Look at that. That's awesome. I don't know if I can do something with the rust. Maybe. I'm going to put some of the pieces in the rust bath overnight. And they'll probably be cleaned tomorrow. Maybe I can take out this centerpiece. I don't know much about it. There is screws. I can probably figure it out. Hold one of these and undo itself or whatever, how it works. All right, that one's good?
It's pretty tight.
Let me see. Yeah, you don't want it like... Yeah, you probably don't need it that tight. All right, one wheel done. Other one, go ahead. You try and do this. Now, I don't know where my
It's over here.
valve stem went. Oh, you have it? All right. What are you doing? We haven't even put air in it yet.
Oh,
You're filling it. So what are the tricks? How are you going to do that if it keeps pushing in the hole? You got to hold it. Put your thumb in there and just hold it nice and strong. And then make sure it's nice and straight, and be careful opening the thing that you don't bend that all up. There. I'll hold this. Go ahead, open up the flapping with it. There. All right, 35. You got to do it again. It's your bike. You want it like in between the 30 and the 40 line, but 30 isn't labeled. See, it takes a while to get it going. It's nice and straight. Notice how nice and straight the stem is. I don't think we're going to have problems with wear.
I think it's like right there.
See, we're getting there. No, we're at still 30. Slow down a little. Couple more pumps and we're getting close. Let me see where we're at. 30. Couple more, and that's it. That's it. That's good enough.
Okay.
Right there. I'll just pop this off. I'm not snapping my finger. Okay.
Now do the cap.
You do the honors. And now we are actually done. Phase 1 done. We just wanted to get air in these new tubes, in these tires, and these restored wheels, as I like to call it. And that's it. We'll see you tomorrow for reassembly. The tires are ready. Thanks, guys.